Hello everyone, today we are going through the top 32 90s albums on Album of the Year. Now, it's not exactly the top 32, I've basically just done the top 32 that I've actually listened to, which ends up being the top 38 basically, so I skipped 6 that I hadn't listened to. But yeah, it goes all the way down to Uchu Nippon Setagaya at 38, which I'm honestly surprised is on here. It's actually my favorite Fishman's album, but we'll get to that. But yeah, here are all the albums right here. I'll put a link in the description to this if you guys want to do it yourself, which I didn't mention in the previous videos. Also, sorry about the lighting. I just felt like doing this in bed, to be honest, and was kind of like, yeah, it's a vibe. So, yeah, we're doing it. I do have to mention, guys, 90s is my favorite decade. It's not even really, yeah, I wouldn't say it's really that close. But honestly, most of that's carried by Primus and Fish, who are not on here, which very much triggers me. Um, but yeah, it's okay. But honestly, even then, we don't even have like Pearl Jam on here. We don't even have like Fishbone at all. I guess you could put Reality of My Surroundings. Like we don't have that on here either. No Mr. Bungle at all. I mean, I just don't think this is the best list here. Honestly, I really don't. So I wasn't very impressed looking at all the albums on here because some of these absolutely should not be on here, and I feel like a few of them, like while they're good, like I feel like yeah, it's the 90s. It's such a good decade. Like why is this here? But anyway, let's just get to that. So we got OK Computer versus Illmatic. And this one I think is difficult. I have to give it to OK Computer, I think, just because I generally prefer rock over rap like most of the time. I just have to have my guitars. But I think Illmatic, especially over time with me, has just become one of my favorite rap albums probably ever. It's probably in my top 15. I don't think it would get in my top 10, but I think top 15 for Illmatic as far as rap albums go. But I just really like OK Computer. I don't know. It's really really good. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it here. But Illmatic is strong. It does deserve to be on here. I will say that. It's very very good. In fact, I mean, still a lot of these do. I'd say. Enter the Wu Tang versus Grace. Not so sure about this one. I feel like going Wu Tang. I think it's a little more fun and energetic a little bit. So yeah, Grace is not as much my vibe actually. So yeah, let's just go with that. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill versus Homogenic. And I think Lauryn Hill, she's great, but I think over time, especially with the Apple list and stuff, kind of become a little overrated, perhaps. Like it's good. I just don't think it's anything super groundbreaking. Like it is just really good, like R&B kind of pop rap fusion tunes. And there's a reason to listen to that and to respect that, of course. It's just I don't know. I'd rather have something a little more experimental, a little more interesting, and I think Homogenic is pretty interesting. Uh, Although it's not my favorite to be honest, but we'll go for that. We got When the Pawn versus Love Deluxe, and I'm not really sure what I'd pick here actually, because Love Deluxe is such a nice vibe, but When the Pawn also so great. I'm feeling When the Pawn here. I'm not really sure why, so I'm just gonna go with my vibe and go When the Pawn. All right, we got Low End Theory versus Long Season. Yes, the two L albums that start with L, I guess. Low End Theory I've talked about before. I don't think it's I don't know. I just don't get it as much as other people do. I think it's very watered down. It's very like simplistic, and there's a style for that, of course, but it's really not my preferred rap. Especially, I feel like the more something is maximalistic, I'm probably more likely to like it. Honestly, there are like situations where you could do that in an overboard way, like maybe Death Grips or something is a little too overboard in my opinion. But if it's more maximalist, I usually like it more. If it's more minimalist, probably less likely to like it overall. And Low End Theory is way too minimalist for me. Long Season is very repetitive. I think it's a little overrated in their discography, but it is really cool and it's kind of entrancing. And for that reason, we're gonna go with not Low End Theory, Long Season. Okay. We got the infamous or Black on Both Sides. It's been a while since I've listened to these. I think I would go Black on Both Sides here, just slightly. I think it's I don't know. It's just really good. But they're both really good. They both definitely deserve to be on here. They're great albums. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna go with that. Not really sure why. We got Aquemini versus Symbolic. I would say Symbolic and Death as a band in general is just as good as like 80s in their prime or Metallica in their prime. I mean, has to get 80s metal Metallica. So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go Symbolic. I really, really like that album. It's one of my favorite metal albums. Aquemini is really great though. Okay, we got Dummy or Heaven or Las Vegas. You see, these are two that I just like just replace them with Primus or Fish, like, or Pearl Jam or Alice in Chains. Like, why isn't Alice in Chains on here? Um, yeah, I don't like they're good. They're good albums, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go Heaven or Las Vegas. I think it's a little more sort of pretty vibes. But I will say Portishead does put an interesting like kind of feeling that you get when you listen to that album. So I'm still going with this though. Okay, and now we're gonna finish this side here. It looks like I'm gonna go OK Computer over Enter the Wu-Tang. Illmatic. I like Illmatic a little more than Wu-Tang, so yeah. Let's see, we got Homogenic versus When the Pawn. I'm going When the Pawn for sure. Okay, Long Season versus Black on Both Sides. That is actually wow, that's really hard. They're very, very different too. It is really weird. I think most of the time I would pick Black on Both Sides, but right now I'm kind of feeling more like Long Season, which is crazy because I don't think I'd usually do this, but we're gonna live in the moment, and we're gonna pick Long Season. But I do think Black on Both Sides is like the better album, but I'm just going with my vibe currently, which is Long Season. So yeah, Symbolic or Heaven or Las Vegas, it's not even close for me. Absolutely Symbolic. OK Computer or When the Pawn. I'm gonna go OK Computer here, and then Long Season versus Symbolic. I'm definitely going Symbolic here, and yeah, this is an interesting finale for this left side here, because I think there's an argument to be made for either one. Um, I think this is what's gonna do it for me though. I do want to pick Symbolic, but I think OK Computer has the more memorable songs, and I think that's what the key distinction is gonna be here. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I really like Symbolic. I don't remember like any songs from it really. Like, I just remember like really enjoying listening to it. But like, if you told me like, name this song, I wouldn't know. Like, but if you did that with OK Computer, there's a good chance I would remember it. Um, and well, I end up listening to OK Computer more times to be fair. Okay, Nevermind versus Downward Spiral. Man, Downward Spiral is a great album, and I really want to pick it almost, but I think Nevermind is fantastic. And even while I'm recording this, Drain You has been stuck in my head like all day. That song is just so catchy. And honestly, every song on here is so catchy and so memorable and so good. So I had to go for that. And this is the first album, guys, where I literally do not understand like why it is here. F sharp, A sharp, Infinity, whatever it's called. Get it out of here. It's so boring. It is literally so boring. Either or is a pretty good album, but honestly, I also wouldn't have this anywhere near a top 32 or anything. But yeah, we're picking either or. All right, In Utero versus Sound of Perseverance. Sound of Perseverance is maybe my favorite Death album, but it's pretty close. I think all of them are pretty equal, probably. Maybe not the debut, but you see. Wow, I don't know what to go with here. I mean, In Utero has the more memorable songs. I will say, but I don't think I like it as much as Sound of Perseverance. So I think we're gonna go with Sound of Perseverance. Um, and Soundtracks to the Blind is probably the worst critically acclaimed album like ever. Maybe I don't know. I think it is just so boring and so long, and like literally a pain to get through. So we're gonna pick Mezzanine. And I don't even love Mezzanine, by the way. I mean, I like it, but... Okay, Velvet Rope versus Liquid Swords. Wow, that's really hard, actually. What the heck? I mean, Liquid Swords is a great album. It's a classic. Velvet Rope, guys, like, I listened... Or, like, before listening to this, I had the perception of, like, okay, this is, like, pop R&B, not really my sphere. I'm thinking, like, probably not gonna like it that much. I listened to it, and I'm like, what the heck? This is, like, really good. Like it's honestly so good. Um, I'm gonna go Velvet Rope, I think, which is shocking. Yeah, I think the Velvet Rope is just a really great pop R&B album. It's really fun and yeah, I don't know, it's cool. It's really cool. Midnight Marauders, which is my favorite Tribe album and one of my favorite rap albums of the 90s. Maybe hell, maybe second place, honestly. I like Illmatic more, but then after that. Yeah, Midnight Marauders could literally be my second favorite album of the 90s. Wow. Yeah, Loveless is good, but I have to be in a certain mood to listen to it, and yeah, I think I'm gonna go Midnight Marauders for sure. Ready to Die or Introducing. It's been so long since I listened to Ready to Die, and introducing I remember liking, but not being like super impressed with or anything. Um, I think Ready to Die is probably just a better album, probably. So just go with that. Rage Against the Machine or oh no, can I remember it from memory? Upon. It's Upon something, and then no, but it's Nippon. Wait, so what is the first word? Oh no, it's it's not Upon Nippon Setagaya, is it? Let me look at it. Uchu. It's Uchu Nippon Setagaya. Okay, my favorite Fishman's album, and I'm definitely picking it over Rage Against the Machine. I like that album, but yeah, I don't know. I've really been into that Fishman's album recently. I can't lie. Really, really good. All right, we got Nevermind versus Either Or. It's an easy Nevermind for me. Easy Sound of Perseverance here as well. Yeah, this is a little bit harder, but I think I do have to go Midnight Marauders. I mean, I really like it. Um, yeah. And then for this one, it's an easy Uchu Nippon Setagaya. I did it that time. All right, we got Nevermind versus Sound of Perseverance. It still has to be Nevermind. It definitely has to be. It's just so good. I mean, you have Smells Like Teen Spirit, you have Drain You, you have Lithium, you have oh my god, what's that one? It's Come As You Are. Yeah. And like the other songs are all great too. Like, yeah. So we're going with that. Midnight Marauders versus Uchu Nippon Setagaya. Now this might be the hardest matchup so far, actually. What the heck? I've never thought about this. They're both like pretty high, like 8 out of 10s for me. I feel like they're really fantastic. They're not quite like a 9 out of 10. They don't like absolutely blow me away necessarily, but I think they're all, really great. Um, hmm. I think because I've been into Fishman's like at the moment, I think I'm gonna pick that. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, we got Nevermind versus Uchu Nippon Setagaya. I'm going Nevermind for sure. And then for the final battle, guys, we have OK Computer versus Nevermind. Which will I pick? Well, I'm definitely going with Nevermind. I honestly think there's some stuff on OK Computer that is a little overrated. Like, I don't know, Letdown is just not really my favorite. Even Karma Police, honestly, I think is pretty overrated. I don't know. And like every song on there, it still feels like a classic, and it still feels cohesive, and it's still really good, And there's songs that I think they're underrated too. I mean, I think Electioneering is great. I don't know what people are talking about when they say that's not, or that's like the worst on OK Computer or something. It's not. It's one of the best, low key. So, um, but yeah, I don't know. I think Nevermind though really is as good as people say it is. Like you listen to it and you're like, okay, all these songs are overplayed. They're all radio hits and whatever, but they're all so good. And even the deep cuts, I think all the deep cuts are great too. Maybe not quite as good as the actual hits though. I will admit, but yeah, I mean I've got to go Nevermind here. So yeah, do I think it's the best album of the '90s? No, it's probably it might not even be in my top 10, but that's fine. Um, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like I don't think these albums are necessarily the spotlights of the '90s for me. I don't know. Like it's the '90s. Give me some weirder stuff. Um, and I'll just say this to you for grunge. Like I don't know why we just have the two Nirvana albums. Like I feel like, what about 10 by Pearl Jam? I'd say that's better than Nevermind personally. I might say Vitalogy is better than Nevermind maybe. Uh, I would also say give us some Alice in Chains. Where's Dirt? Where's Darflies? Where are they? Um, where's the Primus? Where's the Fish? You know, I'm not sure. So that's just my opinion on it. But yeah, you guys can fill out your bracket in the comments. Tell me what you think. And yeah, maybe you hate my bracket. Maybe you disagree with me. So that's definitely fair. But yeah. Anyways, thank you so much. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And peace.